Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, if you love coffee and card making, you're in for a treat today. I'm sharing a card design that speaks right to the heart of every coffee lover, featuring a fun and detailed background stencil that's perfect for all you caffeine enthusiasts and crafters alike. We'll be adding a bold focal point, softening things up with a sheet of vellum over that busy background, and some other fun elements from the brand new Magical Brew release by Cat Scrappiness. Well, before we jump in and create something special, I would really appreciate if you could take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Let us take a closer look at this brand new stencil. It's called Brewtiful Beans Stencil and it measures 6 by 6 inches. Now, it is the perfect mix of function and fun for all you coffee lovers and crafty creators out there. The design features a playful scatter of coffee beans in different sizes that are randomly arranged to give a very natural and organic feel. Today I'll be using a rich coffee brown ink to ink blend all over my panel, but honestly this stencil is super versatile, great not just for creating cards but also journals, mixed media projects and lots more. You can easily use it with your inks, but also with paints, sprays, gels, embossing pastes. The options are endless. Be sure to check out the Cat Scrappiness website for more amazing goodies from this new Magical Brew release. I'll be doing some ink blending on an A2 size white cardstock panel. Well, if you're going for a more vintage vibe, feel free to swap it out with a craft cardstock. That'll look amazing too. Now for my setup, I like to place both my panel and stencil on my Glassboard Studio glass mat. You might have also noticed me using my ultra sticky mat, but since this project only involves a single layer of ink blending, the grass surface works perfectly. Now, one of my favorite things about this Glassboard Studio mats is that they are magnetic, which means I can use small magnets to keep both the stencil and cardstock securely in place while I ink blend. Plus, they're heat resistant and super easy to clean, especially when the ink goes over the edges, which, let's be honest, happens all the time. For the background, I chose to use two different shades of brown inks. As you'll notice during the ink blending process, I wasn't too concerned with achieving a perfectly smooth or even blend. And that's completely intentional. I applied the inks in somewhat patchy and uneven manner, blending the two shades in a loose organic pattern. This approach adds so much more visual interest to the background. The variation in the ink intensity creates a beautiful sense of depth with areas that appear lighter and others that feel shadowed, giving an illusion of dimension to what is essentially a single layer stencil image. So, if you're worried about achieving a perfectly smooth blend, don't be. Sometimes a little imperfection can actually bring more character and life to your project. Here's a look at our finished panel. How gorgeous is that? Well, I decided to keep the look clean and simple, so I skipped any paint or ink splatter or any shimmer. But if you're looking to add a bit of shine to your stencil background, one tip is to leave the stencil in place and lightly mist it with a shimmer spray. It instantly adds a beautiful, subtle sparkle without overpowering the design. Now, before moving on to the next step, I always make it a point to clean my stencil, especially when I just have one stencil to clean. I simply place it on a microfiber cloth, spray it with water, and using another microfiber cloth, gently wipe away the ink. It's quick, easy, and keeps your stencil ready for your next project. Now that our background is complete, it's time to move on to the focal point of the card. I wanted something bold that would really draw the eye to the center of the card front, so I chose a large layered coffee cup die by Cat Scrappiness. This die includes everything you need to create a realistic looking takeout coffee cup, from the cup itself to the lid and even a little sleeve. It's a fantastic piece that can be paired with so many coffee themed sentiments and other coordinating products. And yes, we'll be using that sleeve to stamp our sentiment right on it, giving it a fun coffee theme feel. For the coffee cup components, I am going with a charming polka dot pattern paper from the Per Cup paper pad. This collection is full of coffee inspired designs in warm browns and earthy greens, perfect for bringing those cozy coffee vibes to life. The Per Cup paper pad includes such a lovely variety of coffee themed designs. There's truly something for every style. You'll find pattern papers featuring stacked coffee cups topped with whipped cream, playful polka dots in both large and small sizes, and even a deep, rich brown sheet with scattered coffee beans that remind me of the stenciled background. There are also a couple of striped designs that incorporate the warm browns and the soft greens, tying the entire collection together beautifully. Now, for the main body of my coffee cup, I chose the pattern paper with a soft green background with the creamy polka dots. It has just the right balance of whimsy and subtlety, making it perfect for the focal point image. To add contrast, I used a plain white cardstock for the lid of the cup. It gives a crisp and clean finish. And for the sleeve, I went with a craft cardstock, which complements the overall earthy, coffee inspired color scheme really well. I die cut all these individual components using my Spellbinder's Platinum 6 die cutting machine and then assemble the cup by layering the pieces with my Barely Art glue. This glue is absolutely fantastic for detailed work and gives me just enough wiggle room to line everything together perfectly. You'll see in the video that I'm using my reverse tweezers by Cat Scrappiness. This is such a game changer when it comes to handling small and delicate pieces. They make the layering process so much more easier and precise. I'm holding off on attaching the coffee sleeve for now because I'll be stamping a sentiment onto it before adhering it to the cup. This way, everything stays clean and crisp. For the sentiment, I wanted something witty and fun to match with the playful coffee theme of the card and my mood. So I reached for the Perk Up stamp set by Cat Scrappiness. This set features adorable coffee themed images like a coffee pot, a cute cup, and a great selection of humorous and relatable sentiments that are perfect for coffee lovers. Now, what I really love about the stamp set is that it comes with coordinating dies, not only for the images but also the sentiment. This makes it super easy to cut everything out cleanly and add a layered and detailed touches to your card fronts without fussing or fuzzy cutting. For today's card, I went with a sentiment that reads coffee because adulting is hard. It's one of my favorites. Not only is it very clever and funny, but let's be honest, it's totally relatable. I stamped the sentiment using the same brown ink that I ink blended for my background, keeping the colors cohesive and warm. Once the sentiment was stamped, I went ahead and attached the coffee sleeve onto the cup. I glued it down directly using liquid glue, but if you want to add some extra dimension, you could definitely use foam tape to pop it up instead. Now, I was absolutely happy with how this focal point came together. It's always more fun when the sentiment is integrated right into the main image rather than having a separate sentiment strip. It creates a nice unified look that really draws your attention. Now, with both the background panel and the focal point ready, I was all set to assemble the coffee cup onto the panel until I noticed that the white areas of the background were a bit too bright for my taste. So, to soften it down, I took the leftover ink on the brown ink blending brush and lightly blended over the entire panel with a subtle layer of ink. This toned down everything perfectly without overpowering the design. As I mentioned earlier, if you prefer, you could also start with your craft or light brown cardstock for the panel instead of using white, which would give you a more softer vintage feel from the very beginning. Now, the next step is totally optional, but I like to add a piece of vellum over my busy background to help ground the focal point image. Now, I cut the vellum just large enough to cover the focal point, which allows it to stand out without completely hiding that beautifully ink blended background behind it. To add dimension, I used foam tape to mount the focal point onto the vellum. Then I adhered the whole assembly onto our ink blended panel with liquid glue. For a nice finishing touch, I framed the vellum piece using stitched wacky frame die, which adds a subtle stitch detail around the edges. And just like that, our card is complete. You could certainly add some extra touches like coffee bean embellishments or a sprinkle of brown or champagne colored sequences for a little sparkle, but I chose to keep this panel clean and simple, mounting it directly onto an A2 size top folding card base. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled on how this project turned out. It's cozy, fun, and perfect for any coffee lover. Thank you so much for joining me today to create this cozy coffee themed card. I hope you enjoyed seeing how few of these simple techniques like ink blending, layering die cuts, and using vellum came together to make this beautiful and unique card project. Well, all the supplies that I used to create this card will be listed down in the description box below, along with the other products from the new Magical Brew release by Cat Scrappiness. Please note that all of these links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.